Morning, welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. I'm Mark and today I'm going to take you for a walk around our 2013 Nissan XTrail Series 5. Being only a year old, it presents in as new condition, starting at the front of the car, chrome grille running through the middle. You do have the facility to install fog lights if you need to. Notice just looking at the front bumper bar and the bonnet, one very minor little stone chip that was touched up, but apart from that, relatively unmarked. Is fitted with factory 17-inch alloy wheels. We have put new tyres on the front. The rear tyres pretty much as new as well. You notice the quality of the Juco, finished in metallic silver, and certainly not a mark that I can pick coming down the right hand side of the car. Lovely finish, chrome exterior door handles. Also important to notice with the factory alloys, they're actually unmarked, not a scuff or a scratch on the alloys. As we get around to the rear of the car, the tailgate area, once again consistently finished with all the chrome badging. You do also notice you do have the light up at the top of the tailgate. And once again, very similar to the way the driver's side presents. A couple of minor little scuff marks on the actual bumper bar, you know, just from putting cargo in and out of the car, which you'd expect. But once again, in good condition. Now coming to the passenger side of the car. Once again, just looking to highlight any blemish if I can find one. A very minor little mark just there on the wheel arch. You know, I'm being fairly pedantic, but gives you a really good idea of the quality of the car. Also, just touching on alloy wheels again. Usually you'd expect if there's going to be a scratch or a mark on them, it would be on the passenger side, but they present as new. So overall, the exterior of this car you know, really presents in great order. You know, you compare it with everything that's out there online or advertised, and this is a really fine example. Just before we move under the bonnet, talk about performance and economy, just one other minor little touch up to take note of, just there on the edge of our headlight, just so when you do come out to see the car, there are no surprises. We'll move under the bonnet now and just have a chat about, as I mentioned, the performance of the car. Just grab the bonnet rod and pop that in out of the way. Now, the XTrail, a lot to like about it, just a little 2-litre 4-cylinder motor. Will give you 102 kilowatts of power and 198 Newton meters of torque. But the really attractive thing about this car is it's going to deliver you 8.4 litres combined per 100 Ks. So based on a 65 litre fuel tank, in excess of 770 kilometres to a tank of fuel. So that's super economical motoring for a good sized medium SUV. So back around to the tailgate now, we'll just have a bit of a chat about the rear of the car internally. You notice really good idea in the XTrails, just finished in plastic in the back area here. So as far as keeping it clean, really easy. Do notice we do have a lockable sliding drawer there in the back for storage, and then that other storage area just to store away things that are a little bit longer if needed. We do have a 12-volt outlet in the rear here as well. Also, just notice, and once again being fairly fussy, a couple of minor scratches on the vinyl on our rear driver's side. And I'll move around to the back door now just to show you a couple of other options with the XTrail. As far as storage and everything goes, if you do need to utilise all the storage area, we can actually fold these seats right down. Simple matter of removing the headrest, and we can fold it down into the flat position completely. So as far as storage area goes, stacks of storage there. Really simple operation, as you saw, for me to drop all that seat down. Just simple matter of popping it back into position. Just notice on the right hand side here, these little brackets actually gives you the option of having adjustable seat backs. So I can lay it all the way back to there if I need to. Just in the event you're on a long trip and you know, one of the passengers wants to have a little bit of a snooze, can certainly do that, as long as they don't snore. So really flexible interior as far as storage and seating positions go. So we're inside the XTrail now. We'll run through a lot of the features of the car. Starting on the driver's armrest, all of our controls for our power windows, power mirrors, exterior power mirrors, also manual button to lock, unlock the doors, and we can isolate the electric windows if needed. Notice just in front of that down the bottom here, we've got the height adjuster for our headlights. There's also a manual button to turn the traction control off. Not that I'd probably ever utilise that personally. Just up above the air conditioning vent, we've got our cup holders on the left and right hand sides. Also important to note, do also have a cooling function in these two cup holders. So if we just depress the little button inside the cup holder, when you've got the air conditioning running, does also act as a cooler for your bottle of water that you have in there. Move to the steering wheel, height adjustable and reach adjustable, our steering wheel. So set ourselves up where we're nice and comfy, and just simple matter of locking it away into position just by that lever underneath the steering column. Leather wrapped steering wheel, and you notice it has all of our controls for our cruise control on our right hand side, and all of our controls for our Bluetooth and audio on the left hand side. Also the XTrail obviously does have Bluetooth, does also have music streaming. So basically once your phone's paired to the car, you just scroll through the source button to auxiliary and it'll go to Bluetooth streaming, play the music directly off your phone without the need for any plugs or anything or cords, which is a really good feature. Moving into the centre there now, which we've just spoken about, CD player of course, AM, FM radio, and as I mentioned, our streaming. Little storage compartment there below. Move down, hazard light button just there, and then all of our heating and cooling controls here. A fairly straightforward setup in the XTrail, which is good. You know, not an overindulgence in knobs and buttons everywhere. Also, this car is a four-wheel drive on demand, so we do have our four-wheel drive mode knob just there at the front. Also notice it does have downhill descent control as well. Two options as far as our transmission goes: drive it as a normal auto, or we can move it across into sports shift or performance mode, whatever you prefer to call it, which gives us the ability to change through the gears manually off the stick. You notice that it does alter the display on the dashboard, and being the Series 5 XTrail is a 6-speed auto. Lock ourselves back into position, just back into park. Handbrake directly behind. Another couple of cup holders here. There are also cup holders in our doors as well. So obviously it was designed for really thirsty people, this car. Also in our console, you do notice we've got our inputs for auxiliary and USB. So even if you've got your phone paired to the Bluetooth, if one of the kids wants to play their iPod, you've got the facility there for them to just plug it in and away you go. Really nice interior, cloth interior. As we mentioned earlier, it's not very old, this car, and does present like new on the interior. Couple of very minor scratches to the vinyl just up on the driver's pillar. Once again, I'm being fairly fussy, but it does highlight everything to you. Car is fitted with front, side and curtain airbags, so extremely safe car. It does have a 4-star ANCAP safety rating. So you can rest assured that your occupants are very safe in the car as well. We'll just go to the service history for a moment. Important to note, this car's only done 35,000 kilometres. Was first registered on the, I don't have a date actually in the book, so we'll confirm. First registered was definitely 2013, so we've still got a fair bit of new car warranty on this car. New car warranty until 2016, so certainly peace of mind motoring. Obviously hasn't needed a lot of servicing so far in its life, but is stamped in the book from March 2014. We have also just done the current intermediate service on the car as well, so no expenditure at all. Serviced, up to date, ready to go. So just in summary, hope this gives you a really good idea of the quality of our XTrail. I've been fairly fussy pointing out a few really minor blemishes, but it gives you a great idea of the quality. Just to touch on a few key points: 8.4 litres combined per 100 kilometres, in excess of 770 kilometres to a tank of fuel, balance of new car warranty, 4-star ANCAP safety rating, just a really good example of one of these X-Trails. Feel free to give us a call on 9907 0555 for further help.